rapture.
Amen.
In one sentence, in one verse. How can you have a rapture? Yeshua prayed as Kohen HaGadol. He said, Father, this is my will, and I'm lining it up with your will. I pray that you do not take them out to heaven. So when the dead rise from the dead, they can't be going to heaven, and the believers can't be raptured. They just go to the air, and we have this Yom Teruah-A Mikra Kodesh on the clouds of heaven. Oh. That's where the Mikra Kodesh takes place. Today it takes place on the earth. And that one specific Yom Teruah, we have our Mikra Kodesh in the air.
Wow.
In the air.
Awesome.
In the air. Wow. And in the air, it won't be tight. In the air, it won't be a tight squeeze. In the air, we'll have the full freedom to live and move and have our very being with Him. So these are all pointing to that Mikra Kodesh when we are in the air or the open space. The true Watergate cup.
Oh, teacher.
That's why he had to go out in the open. Huh? That's why there was no synagogue. Huh? That's why there was no church. Huh? It was the Watergate complex in the street, and it was in open air. You getting this movement? It was in open air. The revelation just hit you right there. Just hit, right? Open air. Open air. That's why Yahweh took it out in the days of Nehemiah, the days of restoration, the days of Ezra. Those were the days of restoration. And he said, this is what it's going to be on that one day. And on that one day, you think you know what joy is now. But until you encounter that day, you have no idea what joy is. Hallelujah. Joy is not getting a better cable package. Exactly. Joy is not upgrading to Dish Network.
With TiVo.
That's temporal joy. I'm talking about a joy unspeakable and full of glory, somebody. Hallelujah. Tadara ba Yahweh. Amen. I'm talking about the Watergate complex. Look at this. So, we're not going to have a rapture because Yeshua made sure that we would not get weird in our prayers. So I don't want Ray getting weird. Father, Ray may, because some Christian may run across Ray and tell him he needs to pray for the rapture to come quickly. Yeah. So I'm praying right now, because Wilbur or Ray or Sharona, anybody might pray amiss. So Father, I'm praying as Kohen HaGadol that you don't take anybody out.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
Because they may get a little bit famished. They may be hearing sounds on the internet that are not coming from Torah. They may be hearing a mixture of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. So rather than have them pray foolishness, I'm going to pray that not one is taken out.
Amen.
And that's right. And his prayers are always answered.
Amen.
Because he is the Kohen HaGadol.
That is amazing.
Look at verse 18. Now don't miss this now.
Makes sense.
It's been in the Bible all these years. Verse 18. Remember, hold on to that word. The joy of Yahweh is your strength. Now verse 18. So then, in light of all these Yom Teruah things, in light of all these things, verse 18. So then, comfort one another with these words. What words?
Wow.
The joy of Yahshua's return is our strength. Say that again. The joy of Yahshua's return is our strength. If you know the context of Nehemiah 8:10, you'll be able to comfort each other when you're going through a tough time. Having a bad day? Yes. Having a bad week? Yes. Things are tough in life? Yes. But there's one day coming. Comfort each other. Not with your own words, with the words of Nehemiah 8:10. Rav Shaul said, use Nehemiah 8:10, the Watergate words, to comfort one another. Because life's tough. Life's tough. A lot of setbacks, a lot of disappointments, a lot of heartbreak. And when you're having a bad day, you can use the words of this day, Nehemiah 8:10, to bring comfort to any day. Those words are for a specific day. You know that. For the return of Yeshua. And when things are tough, you realize this is not my home. This is not where I live. Comfort one another with what words? The joy of this day above all days is kadosh to Yahweh Elohim, and the joy of his return will be your strength because the days are evil. Redeem the time because the days are evil. And how do we redeem the time? We comfort one another with the words of Nehemiah 8:10. That is why, brothers and sisters, the joy of Yahweh is and remains our strength. The very words uttered from Ezra's lips on this very moed. Now this is a command. Watch this, verse 18. It's in the affirmative. It is in the ongoing affirmative. I believe in Greek they call it the aorist tense, for all you theologians. This is the ongoing comfort. So then, that's a mitzvah, it's a command, like Torah, like the 10 Commandments. So then, comfort one another with these words. What words? There are no words in verse 18. The words are the joy of Yahweh on Yom Teruah is your strength. So we should use the second coming of Yeshua HaMashiach as a concept and a day to strengthen ourselves. Can I hear a good amen?
Amen.
Because there's coming a better day. There's coming a Yom Teruah, and that Yom Teruah is what's going to happen. We are going to meet him in the Mikra Kodesh, in the air, and we will ever be with the Master. In those days, no pastors, rabbis, evangelists, prophets, teachers. No. We're all going to be brothers in the cloud. The cloud's not going to cover us like on Mount Moriah.
That's right.
We are going to be in the cloud. Baruch Hashem Yahweh.
Baruch Hashem Yahweh.
Toda Rabah Yahweh. Baruch Hashem
Amen.
Yahweh. Amen. They
Shevarim. Teruah. Tekiah. Tekiah. Shevarim. Teruah. Tekiah. Tekiah. Shevarim. Teruah. Tekiah. Tekiah. Shevarim. Tekiah. Tekiah. Shevarim. Tekiah. Tekiah. Shevarim. Tekiah. Tekiah. Teruah. Tekiah. Tekiah. Teruah. Tekiah. Tekiah. Teruah. Tekiah. Tekiah. Teruah. Tekiah Gadola. Tekiah. Baruch Hashem.
Let's take a break.
Baruch Hashem Yahweh.
Having grown in the word, it was something that was normal. It was not something crazy. Of course, society is a problem.
Amen. Amen.
And I think that the way we reacted was also that we felt most people were not ready for it, and it takes a lot of Torah maturity.
Amen.
We thought it was political incorrect. That, you know, Moshe, truly, because we thought We understood all the big fuss. But obviously for us that we are soldier and messengers,